Is there a specific moment when a genius move curdles into a nightmare? Or do we only recognize the catastrophe when the confetti is falling for the wrong team? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we are not just scratching the surface of a transaction. We are performing an autopsy on a decision that is currently keeping general managers awake at night. We are diving into the deep, murky waters of Major League Baseball trades, where fortunes are made and destroyed with a single phone call. Usually, when we talk about the Tampa Bay Rays, we are discussing their uncanny, almost supernatural ability to win trades. They are the architects of efficiency, the masters of the buy low, sell high philosophy that has kept them competitive in the American League East, despite operating with a fraction of the budget of their rivals. But what happens when the master gets outplayed? What happens when the smartest guys in the room hand over a winning lottery ticket before checking the numbers? We are looking at a specific trade that has evolved from a minor footnote into a massive, haunting mistake for the Rays and a franchise-altering steal for the Philadelphia Phillies. We need to have a serious conversation about Cristopher Sánchez. As we settle into the rhythm of spring training 2026, the narrative around the Phillies is one of dominance, particularly in their starting rotation. They possess a weapon that most teams would kill for, a homegrown elite left-handed ace who just finished second in the National League Cy Young voting. But the tragedy for Tampa Bay is that this weapon was once theirs. This isn't just about a player performing well, it's about the agonizing reality of what could have been. In the winter of 2019, the Rays made a calculated decision to trade Sanchez to Philadelphia for infielder Curtis Mead. At the time, it was justified as a roster-clearing move, a way to solve a 40-man logjam. It was supposed to be inconsequential. However, fast forward to today, and that inconsequential move looks like a historic blunder. While the Rays are currently scouring the waiver wire and trying to piece together bullpen games to survive the grueling 162-game season, the Phillies are sitting back and watching Sanchez paint corners and dismantle lineups. We are talking about a pitcher who has blossomed into one of the premier arms in the sport, posting a 2.50 ERA over a staggering 202 innings last season. Do you realize how rare that is? In an era of load management and 5-inning starts, the Rays gave away a workhorse. The emotional toll this takes on a fan base cannot be overstated. For the Rays faithful, it is a bitter pill to swallow, watching a player they developed in their system become a superstar in another uniform. For Philadelphia, it is the ultimate vindication, proof that they can go toe-to-toe with the analytics giants and come out on top. This trade has shifted the tectonic plates of baseball, and we are just now feeling the full magnitude of the earthquake. To fully grasp the gravity of this error, we have to step back and analyze the historical context and the very identity of the Tampa Bay Rays organization. For the last 2 decades, the Rays have built a reputation that borders on mythological. They are the team that trades away the established star and gets back 3 prospects who turn into all-stars. They are the ones who find value where no one else sees it. When the Rays call a rival GM, the joke around the league is that you should hang up immediately because they know something you don't. They operate with surgical precision, turning data into wins. But the Cristopher Sánchez trade is the exception that proves the rule. And it is a painful exception. Let's transport ourselves back to the offseason of 2019. The Rays were facing a classic, good team problem. They had too many prospects eligible for the Rule 5 draft and not enough spots on the 40-man roster. They had to make cuts. They looked at Sanchez, a lanky left-hander with a live arm but some control issues, and deemed him expendable. They saw a project. The Phillies saw a diamond. The trade for Curtis Mead was standard operating procedure. Trade a surplus arm for a bat with upside. But here is where the history of the Rays pitching factory works against them. They are supposed to be the best in the world at identifying pitching talent. How did they miss the ceiling on Sanchez? How did they fail to see that his sinker changeup combination was destined for greatness? This situation mirrors some of the infamous trades of the past, like the Red Sox trading Jeff Bagwell for Larry Anderson, or the Tigers trading John Smoltz for Doyle Alexander. At the time, those moves made sense for the immediate context, but history judges them ruthlessly. The Rays, usually the beneficiaries of such lopsided deals, are now on the wrong side of history. By 2024, Sanchez had already started to break out, making his first All-Star team. But 2025 was the year the regret truly set in. An 8.0 BWAR season is not just good, it is legendary. It is the kind of season that anchors a franchise for a decade. While the Rays have been forced to innovate with openers, and rely on a revolving door of relievers because they lack traditional starters. They had the solution to their problems in their own backyard and shipped him away. It challenges the infallibility of their front office. It suggests that perhaps, in their quest for efficiency and roster flexibility, they overthought the room and missed the raw, undeniable talent standing right in front of them. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the impact, because the numbers from the 2025 season paint a devastating picture for Tampa Bay and a masterpiece for Philadelphia. Cristopher Sánchez didn't just have a career year, he established himself as a legitimate ace. A 13-5 record is impressive, but in the modern game, we look deeper. A 2.50 ERA in the National League, facing lineups like the Braves and Dodgers, is elite. But the statistic that truly haunts the Rays is the workload. 202 innings pitched. In today's baseball economy, innings are the most expensive commodity. Teams pay hundreds of millions of dollars for guys who can give them 180 innings. Sanchez gave the Phillies 202 innings of Cy Young caliber performance essentially for free. Think about the cap hit implications here. The Rays operate on a shoestring budget. They cannot afford to go out and sign a Blake Snell or a Garrett Cole in free agency. Their entire model relies on developing cost-controlled aces like Sanchez. By trading him, they didn't just lose a player, they lost tens of millions of dollars in surplus value. They now have to spend resources, either prospects or cash, to try and replicate the production they gave away. Meanwhile, the Phillies have a cost-effective ace, allowing them to allocate their massive budget elsewhere, making their roster even more dangerous. It's a compounding advantage for Philadelphia and a compounding loss for Tampa Bay. And we have to talk about the return, Curtis Mead. This is the other half of the tragedy. If Mead had turned into an all-star third baseman, we would call this a win-win trade. But Mead never found his footing in Tampa. He struggled to crack the lineup and never provided the offensive impact the Rays projected. So the ledger is completely unbalanced. The fan reaction reflects this disparity perfectly. If you listen to sports talk radio in Philadelphia, the fans are euphoric. They see this as karma for all the times they've been on the losing end of deals. They have embraced Sanchez as one of their own. In Tampa, the mood is a mix of frustration and resignation. How did we let him go? Is the question echoing in the stands at Tropicana Field. The fans know that having Sanchez in the rotation alongside Shane McClanahan, when healthy, would have made the Rays the favorites in the AL East. Instead, they are fighting for a wild card spot, knowing that their former prospect is likely pitching meaningful games in October for someone else. It creates a what-if scenario that hangs over every loss the Rays suffer due to poor starting pitching. In conclusion, the saga of Cristopher Sánchez serves as a stark, humbling lesson in the unpredictable world of Major League Baseball. It proves that no algorithm, no matter how sophisticated, can perfectly predict the trajectory of a human being. The Tampa Bay Rays, an organization that has built a dynasty on being smarter than everyone else, made a critical error in judgment. They prioritized short-term roster gymnastics over long-term potential, and the price they are paying is watching a homegrown talent dominate the league in another uniform. The Phillies, often criticized for relying too heavily on their checkbook, deserve immense credit here. Their scouting department saw something the Rays missed, and their development staff helped Sanchez unlock his full potential. This trade has fundamentally altered the competitive landscape of the league heading into 2026. As we look toward the future, the pressure is squarely on the Rays' front office. They need to prove that this was a fluke, a rare miss in a sea of hits. They need to find the next hidden gem to wash away the taste of this mistake. But for Cristopher Sánchez and the Philadelphia Phillies, the future is blindingly bright. They have their ace, they have their rotation set, and they have the confidence of knowing they won one of the most lopsided trades of the decade. Every strikeout Sánchez records this season will be a reminder of this massive mistake by Tampa Bay. Now, I want to turn this over to you, the real experts. I want to hear your voice in the comments. Do you think the Rays can recover from losing an arm like this? Or is this the kind of mistake that closes a championship window? And for the Phillies fans watching, is Sanchez now the true ace of your staff, surpassing even the big money free agents? Let's get a heated debate going down below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more exclusive, hard-hitting baseball analysis, and hit the notification bell so you are the first to know when we drop our next report. The 2026 season is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Thanks for watching.